Hello and welcome to another episode of She's a Keeper with myself, Charlene Smith,
Pippa Monique,
and Helen Lucas.
And today we are here to discuss managers in football. Ladies, I'm not even going to hold back. I'm going straight into this one.
What's going on?
Thomas Frank drinking out of an Arsenal cup.
What was he doing?
You just couldn't make this up. It's the gift that keeps giving.
And it's so sad because I love Thomas Frank as a manager.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is happening to him right now.
He's one of the managers I always used to look forward to when he was at Brentford, listening to their press conferences, any interviews. He's a cool guy.
Proper.
Absolutely.
But I don't think he had his brain on when he decided to do that because
that is a schoolboy error.
It definitely is. I mean, it was Helen. I was actually on the phone to Helen and she was like, have you seen this? I was like, no. She sent me the picture. I was like, Helen, this is not real.
Yeah.
Like, we're all zooming in. I'm like...
Charlie's going to be this is 100% Photoshop. Look at his hands. Look at it. It's not real.
You just don't think it's real. Because when would you ever see a Tottenham manager holding anything to do with Arsenal?
It's just
never
mind-blowing in today's day and age with social media outlets, with everyone's got a camera on their phone. How do you get caught out like that?
Exactly. That's just insane. So obviously we know that Arsenal played Bournemouth prior to Tottenham. So the understanding apparently is that Arsenal left their cups there. Thank God
Do they
did.
not have their own cups at Spurs? Is
There you go.
I mean, if that was me walking into the dressing room, like if I was Mikel Arteta, and maybe Mikel Arteta would do this too.
Yeah.
If I've walked in the next game after Tottenham are in there, I'm disinfecting everything. And anything with a Spurs is in that bin or a standard.
It should be empty.
So was it not cleaned?
Yeah,
That's
for
the
real.
next question.
What kind of hygiene goes on? But I would not be drinking out of anything Spurs.
Yeah.
Insane. I mean, just unreal.
I remember, actually, funny enough, and my friend did this to me recently. I went round to her house and her husband's a Spurs fan, and they've just bought their new house, and he actually had the road sign saying White Hart Lane, and they took a picture of me holding it, and I was like literally vomiting, and I was like, damn, no am I touching that thing. It makes me feel sick, and she caught it trying to catch me slipping,
Really?
and I was like literally vomiting. So I mean, who am I? But if I was the manager in such a high profile job, the last thing you'd be doing is doing anything silly like that.
On the pitch as well. Like I was going to say, on the flip side, as a manager, we've seen so many managers do it.
He's above it. He don't need to be watching for small things like that. We're joking. We're fans. It's, we can laugh.
But you see in so many instances that managers, we've seen Arteta hold the Everton Cup, they do it all the time. But when you're in that position where you're playing a rival club, you gotta think. You don't just I understand. You should have your espresso, but do it in the changing room. Don't go on the pitch where everyone's got their cameras ready.
Exactly.
I mean, what I want to know, Thomas, was that coffee nice?
Yeah, exactly. Was it
the best
Lavazza?
coffee you've ever had.
Well, he was smiling.
He was loving that Arsenal coffee.
That is insane. Furthermore, did none of his team notice that he's drinking out of an Arsenal cup?
That's
I don't even
Was he staged?
Where's the social media though? Where's the PR guy?
1 minute. Do you think they actually did that just to get a bit of relevance going?
No, that's insane.
I don't know. Who knows?
I'm telling you, Spurs' TikTok is banging. They're content kings. That's the one thing they're good at.
But that is serious self. That's damage.
That's insane. Come on, if us three are walking, we're gonna notice if you're drinking. I noticed your cup straight away, Helen. You got the Arsenal Stanley Cup. We noticed that straight away.
Lovely Christmas present. I love it.
You noticed that stuff straight away. How has nobody? Well, obviously the photographer noticed it. Or maybe he didn't.
Come on, that stands out. It's a black cup with a white Arsenal logo.
Thomas Frank is not internet ready. I do know. I still can't get my head around. It started off, it was fake. Clearly, we know now it is not fake.
Yeah.
How on earth did that circulate? How did that go to press? Who took that picture? I want to know who took that picture and got it out. Because that thing went viral quicker than a lot of things.
And it was across BBC Sports, Sky Sports, like every single big sport.
That should be a talking point, but it was.
I mean,
what a manager drinks before the match should not be a newsworthy headline.
But listen, this is when if I was one of those conspiracy theorist people, I would actually think Tottenham did this on purpose.
How?
Because this whole week, the whole hot topics were managers getting the sack. Maybe he wants the sack.
He was out. I'll be honest, that is the best way to get out of that.
Exactly.
I'm telling you now, if Arteta was to win the Premier League, Champions League, everything,
you don't want to be the manager of Spurs,
if he was to be pictured drinking out of a Spurs cup, I would say he needs to walk.
Yeah.
Because that's insane.
No. Can I just say, I'm not that petty. If Mikel Arteta wins the Champions League, wins the title, you can drink out of that Spurs cup, and I got
maybe I'm being extreme.
But listen, with the type of person,
I would have no problem with that.
With the type of person Mikel Arteta is, yeah, exactly. He's so particular about everything. He's got good attention to detail. You know. He is very careful with his movements, even with what he says in the press conferences, everything.
He's very smart.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get caught slipping, I don't believe.
He's always ready.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's very ready.
Yes, exactly. But speaking of other managers as well, obviously Chelsea manager, exactly, leaving Chelsea. And Amarin, you know,
a lot of managers
moving about,
managers doing well, managers not doing so well. I'm impressed.
Listen, Amarim's doing well. He's laughing right now. He's living life.
He's laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah,
stress-free.
with
this.
Got the
it's
money
a bit
there.
like Potter. Do you remember when he got sacked and he was just he got some flat paycheck?
Yeah. What's the estimated figure that Amarin got? So around 10 mil is
a lot of money.
Supposedly, what he got paid out. I mean, while he was managing at Man U, for me personally, I thought it was only a matter of time before he got sacked.
I think he's actually the worst manager they've ever employed. That's wise. I think no, I'm not saying that. I was happy for him there.
Exactly. These Man U fans have been quiet recently. Normally they're on my case, got something to say.
Yeah, they've got a lot to say.
Now, yo.
Yeah, they have a lot to say. But, I mean...
It was inevitable.
Yeah, it was.
I think in terms of his win ratio, I think he is the worst manager they've ever had.
That is crazy. And they've had a lot of managers in the last few years.
And I think, going back to Thomas Frank, I don't think his record so far at Spurs is any better than
not been good.
Big Angie's, and they were crying and having meltdowns about him. Only won them their first trophy that I kind of recall.
Exactly. I mean, you look at managers like Thomas Frank, you know, he was doing amazing at Brentford. He goes to Spurs, now drinking out of an Arsenal cup. It's like...
Picking up Arsenal pre-season as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's a secret Arsenal fan. I'm telling you, he loves the club. Like you say, that.
But most managers, especially managers that are in love with football, as they all are, they respect Arsenal. They're not like us fans where we're like tribal about different clubs. They respect Arsenal.
They respect what we've done in the game. They respect the way we conduct ourselves as a football club. On and off the pitch, from the business end compared to others. You know, like we try to be as ethical from the community side of the way we run the club. I mean, I grew up as a local kid. The outreach programs, the connection always with the community was there.
Yeah.
And I know lots of clubs have that, but we are
Brentford's
renowned.
great with that.
Brentford are brilliant.
Amazing,
I really like Brentford.
Yeah.
I love them.
Got a little soft spot for them.
And can I just say, their new manager is doing exceptional. He's never been a manager. He was their set piece coach.
Crazy,
wow.
He made a very good decision to stay at Brentford and not join Thomas Frank as his backroom staff at Spurs. And look at him now.
Exactly.
He's got Brentford in their highest position.
Where are they
They're
now?
fifth.
They're in the Premier League table.
And I don't think, and as amazing as what Thomas Frank was, I don't think he actually got them to fifth.
Really?
I mean,
I know they were definitely
please
like 7th round
let us know
there.
in the comments. I could be wrong, but I don't recall them ever being fifth, which shows what a remarkable job he is doing.
And also, can I say, Brentford's recruitment is insane.
Yeah.
Like, they let go of some of their best players, like Wissa's gone, Tony's gone. Previously, like Watkins, all some players, and then they're still getting all these players that score goals. Midfielders that are creating goals.
Where they're just finding new talent.
Like in Brentford's gone as well.
Good recruitment. Great.
To lose all those players and still be sitting to be in fifth at this point in the season is.
And they're just a really likeable club. Like everything they do, any dealings I've had with them or seen representatives of their club at conferences and different places that I've been to, they've always been really lovely to me, and just really hear enthusiastic changes, and they're very innovative, and it's phenomenal. It's lovely to see, because they're a small club in the grand scheme of it financially. You know, they're a lot smaller than, you know, like other big London clubs, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, and that's with respect, I say that to Brentford, Brighton, Brentford. I'm getting them all my
so many. So who do we think may take over the job, you know, at Man United?
Whoever's crazy enough to want to do it.
I think the money they throw at managers, there's a lot of crazy men that will just go for the jokes and just, without being rude, they know they're going to get paid either way, if it's good or bad. It's a big job, it's a big club. Somebody, maybe young, ambitious, new manager would like
They've
that.
gone through so many managers, like who's left now?
Oh,
well,
like,
I mean,
but still, it's like you've gone through some of the really good managers. You had Mourinho at one point.
Well, I mean, I know Enrique at the moment has told PSG he ain't renewing his contract at the end of the season. Potentially, he'll be on the move somewhere. I believe he'd probably like a new challenge. Yeah. Maybe Man United are a big enough profile kind of club. They're in crisis with his experience, with his winning credentials in Europe, in other, like obviously when he was at Barcelona or even at PSG, he won the Champions League. Like, he's a successful manager. Like, he comes a credible manager. He might fancy that kind of challenge. I mean, it might be that he fancies Chelsea.
They said the same thing about
Chelsea as well.
You know, there's so many other clubs. I mean, he might be thinking, actually, let's keep an eye on what's going on at Liverpool. Maybe Slot won't be in a job. I mean, who knows the rumours. But his job, if we would have beat him, who knows where that could go with a few... I mean, I think it's disgraceful to think that he's just won the league and the guy's getting spoken about that he's going to get sacked. I mean, that's just crazy.
But we know football's just
but you hear
ruthless like that,
you
know.
hear those conversations, and so you kind of never know. And with Pep potentially leaving Man City.
Oh, that's been rumoured for years. He ain't going back.
I can't see that one happening.
I think Maresca will go to Man City, personally. I think he's his little prototype.
I just think, look, they've been through so many managers in the last few years that no matter who goes in, they can literally bring back Sir Alex Ferguson and nothing will change.
It's become a bit of a joke.
Like, I feel the problem is
they're becoming a bit like
then.
Spurs with the amount of changes.
Yeah, it's too much changes.
It's a lot of
change with the players, change with the managers, change with the staff. It's too much.
It's a lot.
They need to just tackle the real problem, whatever it is.
You need someone very, very experienced to be able to go in and take that job on, because
we thought Ten Hag was experienced, no?
Ten Hag, what experience did he have?
He was experienced enough.
Like, no disrespect, Ajax are a great club, but they're very small in comparison to Manchester United,
of course,
from a global business perspective. And for the kind of role that he went from Ajax to Man U, I just don't think they're the same conversation.
But that's why it's always going to be hard for Manchester United to find the right manager, because over the years, over the decades where they've built up such a huge global fan base, so much success, that the club is so big now, no matter where you go, any corner of the world, everyone will know who Man United is. And the status is so big that they're never gonna, well, I can't say never, but it's gonna be so hard to reach those expectations again. And a manager is so much on their shoulders to fit in that role. Like, who can do that job?
Exactly.
Who can do it?
As we were saying, it looks like there is underlying issues in the club. We can see the players are unhappy, unsettled, you know, wanting to get out as well. Look at how Ronaldo was treated when he was there as well. So it'd be interesting to know, although we probably won't find out, what the actual deep underlying issues are.
They've got to change the whole culture of the club.
Everything.
The board is the biggest problem, though, because they're controlling the whole club. So no one that comes in has the capacity to kind of actually spearhead and take control. Because you can only control, say, the training, and I mean, because they don't...
Team selection.
Exactly.
It's a managerial... It's not a managerial role, it's a coaching role. So that means the day-to-day running of the team that plays, I'm guessing, like coaching, make them kind of decisions. But if you've got no control over the players you're buying, you're walking into a team that you might like 60% of the players you've got in that dressing room. You've got to try and nurture them and bring them together to play for you in the style you like, but you might not like all those players. They might not be your fit or suit your style.
Absolutely.
And that's a lot of work. We saw that with Mikel at Arsenal when he came in. Remember, we were doing our shows weekly, like a few days back then, because when he came in. And do you not remember, I was always saying, I don't understand this, because I see what he's trying to do. but he couldn't do it with the team, the players.
Yeah.
The players didn't. They didn't have the. And I don't want to be disrespectful.
When you're stuck in a certain way.
They didn't have the intelligence to understand the style of what he was asking from them.
Yeah, it was so evident on the pitch.
Just couldn't understand it. And I get it now because I see the style of players we bring in now. They're all... You've got to have a certain IQ to understand how to be... They're almost back at school. They're being taught how to view and play a game that they never learn at school. Because the game has evolved so much in just 4 years, 5 years. We take influence from other sports to it's all like a tactical game plan, it's changed. It's so different. I mean, I could do a whole show just on that. But you're looking at it's like you're playing chess. They're counteracting every pass. They're playing what they are learning on the training ground. You see that in Arsenal Liverpool. I saw straight away Mikel gave instructions for them to do something they practiced in training deliberately because they're going to do this to catch Liverpool out. Liverpool were doing the same. Everything is so calculated in every single game. The way they move around the pitch, they're going from triangles to diamond shapes to squares. They're rotating around in horseshoes. There's a million different interpretations how you like terminology all these content creators are using for everything. But the simple answer is you're playing 100 different games to beat your opponent. So depending on how intellectual your brain is to receive that information that is being asked for you week in, week out, because you've got a different opponent. You can't play the 4-4-2 every week because you're not playing the same style, especially in the Prem. In some countries, you can get away with that and you can take that. Oh, God, I'm talking too much.
No, carry on.
I've taken over from a completely
good tactical
different
insight.
We're
talking about managers, so carry on.
No, we'll save this for another day.
We'll have a tactical show.
Do you get what I mean?
Absolutely.
There's a lot more layers to everything.
And it was very evident from earlier on, certain things that he was doing in the change room when we had, Amazon filming, for example, and certain things he was doing that people would watch and think, oh, that's crazy. And I was like, no, actually, I like this guy. I like his style. I like
psychology
behind it. Exactly. Getting your brain to think in a different way.
He's so almost like philosophical. He gets into the mind. He wants to improve the way they think, the way they live. You need to get into
it's a lifestyle. Football is a lifestyle.
Exactly.
Been saying this for years.
And you've got to get everyone on the same page.
And everyone has to be on the same wavelength.
100%.
You need to be so in sync and in tune with your teammates because you need to know 3 passes before I want you there.
Yes,
it's not
exactly.
Do you understand?
No, 100%.
It's a bit like us when people say, "Oh, like the chemistry of you guys." We're not scripted. Everything we do is live.
Exactly.
Look at me, I went completely off topic. But
exactly.
And you can only do that
with certain people.
Yes,
100%.
You've got to be on the same wavelength.
100%. And I mean, that's in day-to-day life as well. There's certain people where they could be such lovely people, but you're just not on the wavelength as them. So, you just know there's certain conversations you can't have with them. Or it's very restricted, very limited. Even with Mikel Arteta, if you look at the way he's recruited the players, it's young players. They are easier to train.
That's why learning
and you're retaining of
exactly.
You can absorb information.
It's easier to mould them into
you can mould them.
Exactly.
You can teach them. You can help me out.
Exactly what you're saying, Helen.
I don't want to take it another direction again.
But then these players grow and they gel with each other, and now we're reaping the rewards of that.
And I think that's one of the main reasons why we didn't recruit Ollie Watkins, because I feel like he was a main target for us for a long time. But 30 is not old, but I feel like in Arteta's eyes, 30-year-old striker when you can get yoppers at a younger age.
See, again, I disagree. It's not an age thing.
What do you think
it's not an age thing. They look at so many, they do so many tests on them. They're checking their retainment of information. They're checking.
Great though.
At what? How do you know?
Because see him every week. He's banging goals.
It can bang in a goal, but it doesn't matter. I'll give you a prime example. Our lovely goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsey, the meltdown.
Ramsdale.
I used to do that all the time.
Are you hungry?
I'm dehydrated. I need some water. My brain's not. I'm bugging out. So Ramsdale. One of the main things was his attention. You could see in games, he would go off, like in a great way, These things are measured in football now. It's that fine lines in every single component, that the stats they're collating and information and data on every single player measures everything. Your concentration, how high you jump, how far you jump, how quick your sprints. They're measuring every part. You think they're not measuring the brain?
Absolutely.
If they can't take in that information, if they can't understand the game plan, or if you're not going to stick to work as a team, that one pawn breaks the chain.
100%.
So it's just,
especially when you're leading from the back as well.
Not just the back, but that was just an example. Like, as in to highlight age. Sorry, I should have said Norgard. Norgard's 30.
Yeah, that's
I think.
true, actually.
So that's what I was going to say. But then my mind went also
more of
but
he's not like
our main player.
But my point is, if it's the right kind of player, the right profile.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I was saying about. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, go on. No, you carry on.
But that's why the only reason I brought Ollie Watkins, because when they're looking for that striker profile, I think because they're looking for someone to start every game, you're going to pick Gyökeres over Ollie Watkins because he wants this young team that he's building.
Yeah, and you want him to kind of grow together almost, like that journey. You're looking at the point of, we need a striker not for one season. We want him for the next 3 or 4, ideally.
Exactly.
Whereas Ollie Watkins, obviously, they regress with age, generally.
Well, when you look at Danny Welbeck, definitely not, though.
Exactly.
Honestly, how old is Danny now?
I don't know, maybe like 33, maybe?
And he's still...
33, 34, I think. I'm not sure.
Very, very, very consistent.
He's in his prime right now.
Yeah. So, but he's always been a complete athlete. I remember even when he first came to Arsenal, how physically... Very fit, like, he was... just
and ripped as well.
And he just looked like a decathlon athlete. He looked like the ultimate athlete. A bit like Ronaldo. Like how some players you can see they live, breathe, training and their sport.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, ladies, we are actually going to leave it there on the managers. Some very interesting points, and I'm sure the audience have definitely learned a few things about Mikel Arteta's tactics and style as well. Do get active in the comments, because as you know, we do love to hear from you. But great chatting to you as always, ladies. And we will be back to speak to you again soon. Don't forget to like and share this video. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. We have got our socials in the description as well. So do follow us on our other social media platforms. I'm Charlene Smith.
I'm Pippa Monique.
And I'm Helen Lucas.
And we are signing out. Bye for now.